Hey, what's up, guys? Lyndon here, and I have with me Gina Pinhero. Gina Pinhero is a good friend of mine, plus she's also the owner of Pinhero Realty, and also Gina is a HubSpot user. So what I decided to do was ask Gina to give us a little bit of insight as to what has her experience been to date as a HubSpot user, as a realtor, using it in that space. So we're just going to chop it up for a little bit with Gina. Gina, welcome. How is it? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm good.
Right. So my first question to you would be, Gina, we've been kind of working together and using HubSpot for a while. I just wanted to know if you can just give me an idea as to how has HubSpot been for you to date?
Okay, well, let me start with this. I have used another CRM, not for my company, but when I was working with another company, and the comparison is HubSpot is a lot more user friendly and easy to use.
Right.
And there's tutorials and can guide you through the whole thing. So first of all, it's very easy.
Right.
From my end, I would talk first in terms of a manager. It gives me a lot of tools that I need for forecasting and the results. And I can get it without having to go through all those spreadsheets and trying to figure out
Right.
probability and stuff. It works out that for me. So it's very easy for me to get that. In terms of a user, in terms of the agents, well, for them, they can schedule tasks and reminders that are important for them to keep in touch with the customers. And in terms of a pipeline management, very useful. It gives us the graphs. We enter deals, and we can see at the touch of on our monthly meetings. We can see exactly what's the probability on our forecast for the quarter, or we can
Right.
change it to use for the year, how many sales we did, a tremendous tool.
Yeah. So let me just take it back a little bit, right? Your first use in terms of what were you using before HubSpot?
Excel spreadsheet.
Right, the famous Excel spreadsheet, right? What was that transition like? And tell us a little bit as to like your team and their adoption, and like what was it then, and like how is it now with the team and everything else, and transitioning from Excel to HubSpot.
Okay, well, first of all, once you bring in something new, you get a little pushback from your team.
Right.
Did because it's the vision, it's more work we are already doing, and we with relatives especially, and any salespeople, they're more like to be on hands on anything they deem as paperwork, even though this is virtual, it's using a CRM. They deem it as, but I had to insist on it, you see. So after I gave them like a timeline to enter the customers and they started using it, what I did is at my monthly meetings, I decided to use the reports from it and bring it out. And so the team sees who was using it and who was not, and the results. So therefore, they started to use it.
Right.
And they actually like it now. In fact, the person that gave the most resistance and who is the oldest team member is the one that's using it most.
Right. So
Yeah.
so the person who presumably would have had the highest learning curve, let's say based upon age and understanding of technology, is now your most adopted user of the platform. And you have younger
Yes.
people that he's kind of spanking as it relates to his numbers and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say are some of like the main things? I know that we had to do things like build out properties and stuff like that. How did it sort of help you with, let's say, like your communication with because I see from time to time sometimes your chats may come up. How does it help you in the space of like communication with your customers and understanding them a little bit more?
All right. Well, to be honest with you, what it does is it helps us manage the communication and makes us focus on the customer. Not so much on helping me communicate with the customers, but it makes us as agents see something in one screen, and we can understand, okay, we need to do more work here. And we can see the different stages as you're talking about build out. Remember, we built out the stages of the steps of the sale, so they can see the customer in the different steps. And if they may know it in their head, but they may not realize, okay, gosh, I need to pull this customer through the sales cycle. Whereas we have it set up in HubSpot, all the different stages. The customer is now they can see it, and I can work with them in our one-on-ones on those customers. And we work with it virtually because we just share it on the screen. So amazing, yeah. I love it. They like it, and they are seeing the benefits.
All right. So Gina, I just want to say thank you for sharing your time just to give us a little insight as to how has HubSpot been of benefit to you. And we will connect with you in the future at some point to see the other things that has happened within your space. What I want to do, can you just give folks a little insight as to if they want to find out anything else about Gina Pinhero Realty, where can they find you?
Okay, so I have Facebook page, Pinhero Realty Services. I'm actually on my bunch of keys. There's a profile of us, and we're also on Trinidad Realtor. So just type up Pinhero Realty Services. We are all our team. We are very easygoing, hardworking people. Give any of us a call. We'll put our best foot forward.
All right. So Gina, thank you again. Chat with you again soon.
Okay.